Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis, and today we're going to be talking about the entire crypto market. So sit back, relax, and before we fully jump on into this video, I do just want to ask guys, please leave a like on this video. It does help the channel grow immensely, and of course I always do greatly appreciate it. Now guys, I'm telling you, I've warned you about this level and this date specifically throughout the last couple days, but things are ramping up in the crypto market. We are seeing altcoins starting to pop out a little bit. ADA up 10.35%, Avi up 13.69%, HOT up 16.93%, and even Axie Infinity up 20+%. We are seeing incredible gains on the 7-day span throughout the altcoin market, and I'm very excited to see a little bit of a transition from what we've been seeing the last couple days, which was kind of sideways momentum within the market, and now we are seeing targeting resistance points on some major assets, specifically Bitcoin. So with that being said, let's kind of move in and let's talk about a few things. So obviously, let me refresh just to make sure that this is updated. So we are seeing major indices having a little bit of a field day today. I told you guys that I would address the Dow Jones, the NASDAQ, and even the S&P 500 as we do move into this video from my XRP video. When we were talking about the Dow Jones and even the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ itself, they have started to have a nice little rally. They are actually breaking some of my targets, not all of them. Of course, I do have some higher target points for these three, but I'm more so dead set on watching the Dow Jones unfold throughout this week, as you guys do see it hitting some major support on those EMAs. This is more so around that low of about 34 point almost 4K, and now we're seeing a nice impulse. Now the major point that I want these all to break is that 0.618 level. I do believe that we will eventually see this being broken. It will most likely happen next week, not this week, as we do range into the weekend here shortly. Now, I did tell you guys about March 25th. The reason why I told you guys about March 25th is because on Bitcoin, that is specifically the timeline that we followed throughout the summer lows, but it is also a significant time in, of course, the market, as we do see, a lot of resistance being met. It could be that day that we finally break out of that major resistance point. And even on the NASDAQ, we do see that 618 being up there at about 14,800. We are currently targeting this last EMA for us to really kind of start that next major move onward and upward past that 618, which will eventually lead us to the all-time high on the NASDAQ. Now, of course, a lot of these are still kind of ranging here on some support. More so, the support isn't on the 382 fib level. It's more so on the 50-day EMA down here at around roughly 13,800, almost 13,900, and of course on the S&P 500 we do see us kind of ranging here sideways a little bit until we do see that momentum on the other two charts for the Dow Jones and even the NASDAQ. But of course, still that major target point is the 618. So that is what we are waiting for on all three of these, but we are seeing some nice impulses on these. Great breakout event from, of course, those lows set back in, of course, like the middle of this month at around March 14th. A lot of these are having some strong impulses off of that point, so I'm very excited to see that. Now, the major concerning factor is, of course, the dollar currently. I'm hoping that we still continue to reject off of the 702, but we are still in a nice little upward trend on the the dollar. I'm hoping that we could break down below currently the 50-day EMA down here roughly at around currently 97.25. That is the point where we are really kind of targeting. But you guys do see that level down here on, of course, the 200-day EMA at around 95 point roughly 16. That's that level now that was our support zone that I was targeting when we started to have this nice downward trend. And it's looking like that could be tested very soon. We just need to have a strong break down past support. Now, also, I am watching the 10-year yield. This is still telling us that we have a lot of interest within risk assets and risk investments. Currently, we are ranging on major support levels, which is very bullish for us. But, as we are seeing a lot of bullish factors leading in the market, we are also seeing some warning signs, and that warning sign is resistance. So right now, Bitcoin is so close, and when I say so close, it is so close to a major breakout event. More so, this resistance level here at around 45.3K. It's roughly almost like 45K itself. This is to just break above significant resistance going back as far as September. It's also resistance going back as far as February of 2021. Now, we do see the 62-day accumulation zone that I put on the chart going back to the summer lows. Yeah, look at the 62-day accumulation zone that we are currently in. We are currently on the 61 day, and we are seeing this nice impulse. Tomorrow is, of course, the 63rd day. This is going to tell us if, or 62nd day, sorry, not 63rd day. But this is going to tell us if we are going to see that nice impulse up above resistance levels. I do believe that we will. I'm watching again. Look at the specific target here, the 618 at about 46.7K. That will break us up above all EMAs. That will tell us, validate it, in terms of that nice breakout event. And I do believe that we will have this similar structure run that we did back in, of course, October. So I'm watching Bitcoin very, very closely now. Things are getting very interesting as we do break up above that RSI, which was in a massive decline. By the way, real quick, I just want to actually address the RSI because we haven't had a nice day above this RSI since going back as far as November. And the last time that we broke this was that October timeframe, and we've seen exactly what happened during that time. So I do believe that we are going to see a nice Bitcoin rally. We are, right at resistance. We are breaking up a little bit above resistance, but this is not the first time that we've seen this. So I'm waiting to have that full-on confirmation above 46.7K, the highest level that we haven't been at since going back as far as January, and that was in a downward trend. So I'm watching this closely. Now, even with this, we are seeing, Bitcoin dominance ranging sideways, which is still fairly good for us because this does allow for alts to have what exactly we are seeing on the 24-hour. Nice impulses throughout them. This is also allowing for a lot of money to flow throughout this market as well. We know that volume is up significantly throughout crypto, and we also see that the overall crypto market cap is up 3.74%. I have not seen the total 2 today, so let's actually go check out the total 2 together. So again, this is being met with some resistance at the, of course, 200-day EMA. If we do break up above this, which we are seeing significant, volume here as well, the most volume that we've seen since going back to the beginning of March. If we could break out of this resistance point, it will be the first time that we actually break above this since going back as far as January, the beginning of January, or almost the middle of it. Now, again, we do clearly see the resistance point that is the next target after we do break up above this resistance currently, which is at, of course, the 618. So the 618 is a clear picture that needs to be broken on almost every single chart that I've shown you guys, the Dow Jones, the Nasdaq, the S&P 500, and that is the target point that I'm looking forward to seeing being broken. And everyone that is in this market, guys, go definitely check out Credible Crypto if you guys haven't already. But we are seeing Bitcoin looks great, consolidating, then pushing up again, and now testing 44K. We are now back to our major monthly resistance in the 44 to 47K region. Who wants a quick 5-minute video update with my thoughts? This is the level that we should all be targeting and focused on right now. If you guys haven't been paying attention yet, right now is the time to. Yesterday, I put out a little bit of a warning tweet. People thought that it was me, just trying to get attention and stuff like that. It's not, right? I said prepare your exit plans and bear market plans now, because currently, when we are talking about Bitcoin and things that are happening, all right, I want you all to realize what is about to happen throughout the altcoin market. We are about to have a massive alt season. Bitcoin is about to go into a Bitcoin season, and what happens after is exactly what will happen, when we see that it's a major money flow from Bitcoin into alts, and we've seen it back in 2017 and 2018. Do I need to remind you all? Of course I will. So let's talk about XRP real quick, because XRP is the one that I can really kind of show you guys the focus point. So this is what I'm talking about in terms of Bitcoin season and alt season. So Bitcoin is usually first to go. So here we have Bitcoin topping out back in December of 2017 on December 15th itself, 19.5K. And here's XRP topping out on January 6th. This is why I'm telling you guys to prepare now, because on this last Bitcoin run, I do believe that this is the topping point before we have that massive bear market. Now, of course, Bitcoin's top is the surprising factor. This is where we have to watch for. So I've always said, I've always said that around like 76, around like 75 to 85K, realistically speaking, is the target points that I'm really kind of watching for. We could actually kind of see the upward trajectory of some, all-time highs here on Bitcoin. So let me actually throw that on the chart. So again, the targets on Bitcoin can lead us to around 200K. I've always said this. These levels down here, the only reason why I'm mentioning these is because we have to see how much buy pressure is actually in Bitcoin and how much volume flows in. But I do believe that the topping point for Bitcoin, I've changed my targets since the last time that I've actually talked about the topping point for Bitcoin, which, yes, I will be doing an update on my website about my exit plans as well. But my target points for the topping point on Bitcoin is between this 120 and 140K zone. Now, I don't know specifically where the topping point for Bitcoin's going to be. Could we go higher? Could we go to 200K plus? 100%. I do not hold any Bitcoin currently. I'm just going to be fully transparent with you all. So, the Bitcoin topping point for me doesn't really matter too much. The altcoin topping points do. And I know that that is a little bit of, sort of oh yeah, all right, all because you don't hold Bitcoin, you don't really care about it. But I actually kind of do care about the target points for Bitcoin, specifically only for the idea on money flows. The more money that flows into Bitcoin, the more money that will flow out of Bitcoin into our altcoins. Now, all while I'm watching this, I'm watching, to make sure that I'm preparing drastically for my exit plans. And my XRP exit plan has always been around the same range. That $10 to $15 range is where I do unload a lot of my capital. XLM, I've always told you guys around that $4 range is a perfect point for me personally to really kind of look at those high target figures. Of course, could we, top out a little bit earlier? 100%. This is going off of those all-time highs from 2017, 2018. I do believe between this $3.30 to that $4 and almost 20-cent zone is the topping point. For Hbar, it's always been $3 to $6, but we could have a little bit of a topping point before those $3 to $6 ranges are targeted. As you guys do see, the last fib outreach here is $3 and almost 40 cents. Of course, I will be reiterating all of these exit plans very shortly on my website. For those individuals that are, waiting for that, don't worry. I will tell you guys about that specifically soon. With QNT, my target points are still around those high figure numbers of like $1,000 plus, with the high points being like 3K. So I'm still watching some high target figures on a lot of altcoins, but the only reason why I'm telling you guys to prepare your exit plans is because we need that capital to reinvest during the bear market to make sure that we are capitalizing on not only our wealth gained, but our wealth that we can gain during the next bull run. And a lot of people thought that I was being bearish with this tweet. It's really not me being bearish at all. It's actually me being bullish and making sure that you guys are bearish when you need to be. So with that being said, I hope that you all enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, up to you all. Have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.